Thank you, Chris Freeman, our joint master of ceremonies for tonight. We, over the last maybe close to 2 hours, is it? 90 minutes. We have seen and we have showcased to the entire world what this new labor team will be like in administration. We've had the benefit of hearing from each member of the next gen SKN team. You have been given a glimpse of what his or her portfolio responsibility will be like. And I truly believe that this is a team that will make a significant difference in the lives of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. It has really brought me immense pleasure this evening to have joined with them over the nearly, for some of them, 3 years in preparing for this present situation that we are in. As I said earlier, this team is as a result of what the people at the community level, what they have selected after a process of elimination. And so what we have is really the best of St. Kitts and Nevis to represent our people as servants of our people. We believe very strongly that this is truly the beginning of a modern and transparent approach to politics and democracy here in our beloved country, St. Kitts and Nevis. And so I look forward with great enthusiasm to representing my own constituency, constituency number 6, starting from Newton Ground in the western part of the constituency, which incidentally will be the breadbasket of St. Kitts and Nevis and of the constituency in the years to come. I take pride in representing again the people of St. Paul's, which has been known for some time as the sporting mecca of the constituency. I take pride in representing Deep Bay, Parsons, and Poxon, where we shall revive yet again the yachting marina, which will be built there in Deep Bay in particular, and will bring enormous benefits for the young people, bringing them into being with modern fishing techniques, and thus allowing them to contribute significantly to the economic development of life there in the constituency. Of course, I take pride yet again in representing Sadlers, Lavington, Lynches, and Harrises, where we would be able to look at this part of the constituency as the new area which will develop and produce a number of institutions, especially in technical education, taking it to the next level beyond what would have been the pilot school, pilot secondary school there, where we have twinned vocational and technical education with the academic subjects and academic pursuit as people, we believe, need at a very young age in the high school system to determine whether they would want to be young engineers and use, therefore, the earliest opportunity to begin to acquire these professional skills. Tonight, my dear people, we recognize why it has become necessary for us to usher in a new administration. Because over the last few days, we would have all heard one by one, as members of the former administration, members of the so-called Team Unity, would have been describing 5 years of hell under Timothy Harris. And only people who are not in their right minds today would want to go there where people are running away from because of the terrible conditions under which Timothy Harris has governed the country, St. Kitts and Nevis. One after one you've heard. You've seen member after member of the PLP describe how hellish it was for them to work with Timothy Harris. We had the chairman of the party, the PLP, Douglas Watley. We have the secretary of the party, Clecton Phillip. We've had the deputy leader of the party, His Excellency Sam Conda. And just a few nights ago, we heard what farce of a government it has been for the last 5 years from Duncan Watley. We believe very strongly that the time has come really for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis to realize a better government. And we of this next gen SKN team, again, humble ourselves and present ourselves as servants of the people to take our country out of the quagmire that it has found itself in. My dear people, the pathway to eradicating the COVID-19 is not going to be an easy one at all. COVID-19 has thrown up 3 crises: health crisis, the education crisis, and of course the economic and financial crisis. You've heard eloquently from the members gone before me who will deal in their specific portfolios in assisting to move us away out of the effects of the health crisis and the other social crisis, which is the education crisis. Tonight, now finally, as we wind down this presentation of the candidates and the launch of our own candidacies, I want to spend just a few moments more to look at the economic crisis and how we are going to resolve as we move forward in a new administration. First of all, I would wish to remind you that the present economy is based on services. It's a services economy. In terms of services, what do we have? Hospitality and tourism. We have international financial services. We have as well ICT, information communication technology services, or telecommunication services, if you prefer to refer it in that way. And of course, we have a significant contribution from the offshore education services, the medical schools that we have here, both the human medicine as well as the vet schools here in our country. For those of you who don't know, about 15% of our GDP really spins around just the contribution of the offshore medical services here that we have. But apart from the services, the major sector led by, of course, hospitality and tourism, we also have a major plank of the economy based on manufacturing. The enclave manufacturing sector, electronic assembling in particular. And this is one of the areas I said to you within a very short time, as more and more of the factories abroad, manufacturing capacity, I should say, abroad in China and so forth, return to the United States of America, they're going to find themselves right down here in the Caribbean region because of the lucrative tax benefits that they have always enjoyed here in the Caribbean. Apart from the manufacturing sector, which is a main plank on which this economy has been based, we also have, of course, the diversified agricultural sector, where we want to make sure, as we have said, that agriculture becomes the next major plank, the next major leading sector for the development of this new economy. We have realized, and Dr. Ju keeps saying it, COVID-19 in particular has brought the realization more and more to us that we do not have any agriculture here. How could we have agriculture here in St. Kitts and Nevis when you have a minister like Hamilton as the minister? How? That is why the people's livestock have all died. That is why there are no crops. That is why everything has to be brought in from outside. This is the most fertile country in the whole Caribbean region. 400 years growing sugar. But this government, after 5 years, has basically destroyed what has been the foundation that was laid when we closed the sugar industry and wanted to build a diversified agricultural sector as a productive sector here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I say to you, therefore, that when we speak in the future of diversified agriculture, we would be not only looking at the livestock as poultry and crop generally, but we would be looking at also the exploration, the unleashing of the potential of the marijuana industry. We will be making sure that the new technologies and opportunities for our young students to get into the study of plant medicine using the marijuana plants and other plants. That's the way we must go in the future, especially as we look for medicinal solutions to a number of the illnesses that we have here in our country and around the world. And so the other plank, apart from agriculture, apart from manufacturing, we definitely would want to ensure that we move solidly into the post-COVID-19 pandemic era, where finances and economics will mesh to give us a brighter future for the benefit of our people. And that is why, again, as I said, the pathway of eradicating the COVID-19 is not going to be an easy one. Thousands of our people are presently out of work. Thousands of them have been placed on reduced hours. So many of our businesses are struggling to stay open. So many of our small businesses have had to close, and many of our self-employed people are not receiving any income at all. The next gen SKN Labour Party must implement, therefore, measures if we are to be viable as a country again post-COVID-19. We have already established an economic recovery advisory council to allow the local economy to realign with the global economy wherever and whenever things return to a state of normalcy. And so we have the record of effectively management of crises in the past. The numerous hurricanes that we've had, the world financial and economic crises of 2008, bringing to an end the debt problem that we've had for many, many years, which started since the losing industry of sugar to where it was when we eventually had to close it back in 2005. The numerous hurricanes that destroyed the basic infrastructure of our country. And our country, under Labour administration, we had to take a decision. Do we allow the country to remain in a state of disrepair? Or do we invest money which we had to borrow in order to ensure that the basic infrastructure was there, especially since we were building a high net worth tourist industry in order to advance our country and replace the 400-year-old sugar industry. We have the plans, I would say to you, therefore, and the vision that would put the new post-COVID economy back on track and help our citizens to not just survive, but thrive under a new normal, under a new Labour administration. Our next-gen SKN Vision 2020 will therefore bring not only prosperity, but create intergenerational wealth for the ordinary citizens of our country. Tonight, again, I say that in the next 5 years, this Labour administration would have created from its new economic policies 30 more millionaires. 30 more millionaires will emerge during the next term of the Labour administration. I say to you, therefore, our policies will ensure that no child, no woman, no man will be left behind. Tonight I want to expand a bit on the next-gen SKN plans that we have that will stimulate and drive our economy once again. In a new next-gen SKN economy, we will firstly resuscitate the Citizenship by Investment program to the platinum brand that it once was. In addition to the donation option and the real estate option, we will create a new development option that will channel the donations directly into a long list of development projects that we want to achieve. Dr. Drew has been mentioning brand new state-of-the-art hospital. We also will use this program to bring into being a new health insurance program, a new health insurance program where each one of our citizens, every single one, will no longer die for lack of appropriate medical or health care. That will be a thing of the past. The diagnostic tools will be here. And when they are not found here, your government, your caring Labour government, would have sent you abroad to find those diagnostic tools. And if those diagnostic tools, which we would hope would be here, if they are not here, you will be sent abroad to seek and find them and thus have your proper diagnosis and management of your problems health-wise. We would also make sure that there is a plethora of medical personnel, physicians with specialists, surgeons in specialist areas, and again, if you are not able to do your surgery here, you will be sent abroad to the appropriate centers paid for by your caring Labour administration. The new health insurance program that we speak about is not one that is being envisaged by this current administration. No. Having had discussions with the private sector and making sure that people in the public sector understand where we need to go, we shall bring into being this new initiative for the benefit of all of our people, financed through our own CBI program, the Platinum program of the Citizenship by Investment program. I want to also make the point that we shall generate economic activity which will create thousands of jobs for our people. We are dead serious about building the bridge between St. Kitts and Nevis. We are dead serious about the highway built from the western end of Bastille down to the White Gate area. We are dead serious about the new marina to be built in Deep Bay, the yachting marina. And we are dead serious about the CFBC new campuses, one in Nevis and one either on the western side or the eastern side of St. Kitts. These will generate thousands of jobs, will sustain economic development for a long time to come. And so a lot of our young people who are drifting, those who have very little to do at this time, those who might have led a life of crime, those who today are being paid in order to keep the peace, we say to you, it is good for now. Labor will take it further. Labor will make it more profitable for you because we will generate new economic activities, new businesses, which you will be employed in, self-employed, and thus make yourselves into millionaires as you are yearning to be. And I make the point again. That's why it will become necessary for there to be a small enterprise minister who will deal specifically with these issues. These young men, you will have your own minister of government to deal with you, to assist you in developing your businesses and your startups, like other young people, young, brilliant people who have succeeded at university and colleges, those who have acquired their skills, they will be provided the necessary grant capital in order to start up their businesses and make, as I said, yourselves wealthy so that you can live from this without any life of crime. We will stimulate and grow our small businesses with our own Up From Zero package that would allow our small businesses, their owners, automatic access to one duty-free vehicle and duty-free on all furniture and equipment. We will reduce the value-added tax from 17% to 13% as well as the corporate tax. We will even create, as I said, the entity so that all these can be facilitated by our new Minister of Small Enterprises, where our small businesses can go and access these benefits and receive the assistance, training, and resources that will help them to succeed. Just this afternoon, I was in Sadler's. Some people tried, it would appear, to pass through Sadler's, and we paid them no notice. They turned around and they came back, and we said, go away, we don't want you here. And so they left. Because I was sitting with a group of about 20 young men at a place that we call the Baghdad Club. If you don't know where it is, I'll tell you where. And I'll take you there to have, some kind of relaxation. I can take you there. The Baghdad Club in Sadler's. And while we were there, the young men were saying to me, this kind of explanation as to what the new economy was going to be like is what we want to hear. Young people around the country are yearning for opportunities like these. They want to be told exactly what is there going to be apart from what we have been through under Dr. Harris. They realize that one family is involved in everything. They own security services. They have bought 3 estates for themselves. They are into rentals, ice machines, chairs, tents. They are into catering. They are into everything, construction, heavy equipment, services, everything. And the young men are saying, well, if he could look after himself like that for 5 years, imagine what another 5 years will be. People's eyes are being opened to the realities. And that is why I said to you, there is hope on the horizon with labor. We will provide opportunities, training, and financial instruments that would encourage our citizens not only to save, but teach them how to invest and build wealth in a true way. Our Eastern Caribbean Stock Exchange is second to none in the region. We want to make sure that we will teach our people how to invest in this and even how to buy shares in businesses around town so that they can grow intergenerational wealth. I went to a convention just the other day in Jamaica, and it's amazing how the ordinary people in Jamaica are investing heavily in the basic infrastructure and other important activities that the government is presently pushing. We want to make sure that our people understand the importance of buying shares and saving not only for themselves in a rainy day, but for generations to come. We want to unlock the blue and green economy by incentivizing and investing in the use of renewable technologies in order to keep the cost of energy low and bring in new fisheries development. We speak, therefore, of blockchain technology. We speak of cryptocurrency. The new economy cannot thrive, will not survive with these new areas of investment and development. Cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, these are going to be buzzwords in the primary schools in the next 5 years under a new Labour administration. Because, of course, we are next gen. This economy will be supported by a highly skilled, competent, innovative, and efficient public service. That is why it will lend support to the development of the creative industries, the arts. That is why we speak of a performing arts center, because the industry, the creative arts, the creative industries, including creative arts, sports, ICT, etc., these are attractions of our young people. And the new next-gen SKN Labour administration must include these in moving forward. With this competent public sector, e-government becomes the order of the day. Flexi hours of work. COVID-19 would have shown us how to work from home. Yes. Flexi hours of work. Yes. That's what we are talking about in the new economy, with a new public sector to sustain the new economy that is being created. The next is state of the art. The next gen is vanguard. The next gen is not only state of the art, the next gen is vanguard. And the next gen is pioneering as well. I want to remind the citizens and residents of St. Kitts and Nevis, especially my people in constituency number 6, that a vote for Labour is a vote to make St. Kitts and Nevis #1 again. In both social and economic development spheres. A vote for Labour is a vote for full transparency in the economic management of our country. No longer must we have a Prime Minister as Minister of Finance who is hiding the report on the economy of St. Kitts and Nevis for 2 years, hiding it from the people. That is not going to take us anywhere in the future. And so a vote for Labour is full transparency in the economic management of our country. A vote for Labour, I emphasize, is a vote for creating an economy that will work for all of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. A vote for Labour, I remind you, is a vote for the next generation, the next gen SKN. And so on Friday, the 5th of June 2020, vote for Jeffrey Hanley in constituency number 1. Vote for Marcella Liebert in constituency number 2. Don't vote for anybody who has misappropriated a client's fund. Can't work. Vote for Conwys Maynard in constituency number 3. Vote for His Excellency Steve Rensford in constituency number 4. Vote for His Excellency Kenneth Douglas in constituency number 5. Vote for Leon Winning Natter Nelson in number 7, who will bring change, creativity, and ingenuity as well. And vote for Dr. Terence Jew in constituency number 8. The case is already straight. And vote for yours truly, Denzil Llewellyn Douglas in constituency number 6. And as we launch this campaign officially tonight, as I said to you before, as always, talk first, talk hard, talk long, talk last, and talk again. Good night, my dear people. God bless you. Thank you.